Okay, okay. Mike. Mike is here. Mike is here. Microphone. Microphone is here. Ah, ah, uh, God damn it. Anyways, Michael. Yeah, microphone over here. My mic. His name is Microphone. Hi, Lauren. How you doing? Lauren. Anyways, it's me, Masa. I am your steampunk bun today. What can I say? I was going through my emails today and I realized that I left an email unread and forgotten in my email archives. It's from, I guess when it is from. It's from 19th of May 2025. Yes, months and months ago. It's like 3 months ago. I mean, it's not that many months ago, but still, like, and it's literally a direct invitation. I don't even know if they came from my YouTube or Twitch. They just did an introduction. Oh, I'm a developer working on this game, and I'd love if you could try on your channel since you've played romance visual novels. I mean, the only romance visual novel that I've played so far are Hatofu Boyfriend and what's it called? Hatofu Boyfriend and Snow Kissed Romance. It's just those two. But I mean, I don't mind. But I'm just gonna say that I am a lore liker. I am a story liker more than a romance liker. So it will be inevitable that I concentrate more on that. So please don't expect too much of me going crazy over characters, over these two-dimensional guys. Also, one more thing to note: my type is not here. my favorite type of two-dimensional character, specifically two-dimensional guy, is not featured as one of the options. I mean, visually at least. But yeah, they also gave a short synopsis, some features. They said the demo was recently updated on May 19th today. I feel so bad about it. Oh god. With brand new artwork and scenes to coincide with the Otome Games celebration. Yeah, I did go through that. What? Did I do anything for that night? I don't know. Steam Festival hosted by themselves from May 19 to 26. Full release of the game is slated for late 2025. Better late than never, right? Am I right? And then they even included a variety of promotional images and screenshot, like in an attached file. And there was like, I opened it and there were like key arts, illustrations, logos, even the game PNG logo. My god. Okay. But yeah, better late than never, so I'm here now. It does sound interesting as well. Vampires, Victorian era, aesthetic. Yes, big yes, very good. But also the first thing that came to my mind when I saw the title was that song called Amaranth by Nightwish. Because, you know, Amaranth, no work or school tomorrow. Yes, I do have work. I have work. I need to get up in like a few hours, but I'm here. I haven't been online for like what, 10 days? Was it 10 days? Many days, anyways. Ugh. Stream. Choking noises. July 4th. Yep, it was 10 days. It's been 10 days since my last stream. I think I have rested enough because I actually did have a few off days, but I spent most of it just sleeping. I was planning to take care of some work. Oh shit, I got work stuff I need to do. Oh well, whatever, I'm here anyways. Let's just get into it. It's not gonna be a long stream. Not gonna be a long stream, but probably like 1 hour or 1 hour or 1.5 hours. But yeah. Hello, Luna. We're just gonna start, shall we? We just start. I've always wondered how slow time feels for adult vampires. Nice texture. For the fleeting time I was a vampire as a child, it was like a never-ending summer afternoon. Some days I could play the day away with no heed for time. I could explore every room in the manor thrice over, running from every corner to the next. Next. Other days, the hours slinked by, every second dripping by slower than the last. Even the shades couldn't shield the manor from the oppressively sticky heat of summer. Every step felt slower than the last. But for adults, is it that same feeling of being stuck indoors during the longest summer day of the year? Or is it more akin to sitting in a backed-up doctor's office, or watching the fire crackle during the first snow of the year, or waiting on a train that's forever delayed? It's annoyingly introspective thoughts like this that creep their way in as I have nothing to do but watch the grandfather clock tick closer and closer to the half-hour mark. A whole half-hour I've sat here waiting for nobody apparently. All of the cordial letters and handcrafted gem samples I've been sent were a sham or a prank. Once we agreed to meet in person to finalize the business proposal, he hightailed it elsewhere. I clenched the body of my dress. The clock chimes in mockery of me. Not even the servant has so much as entered the room or hallway to inform me of his tardiness. As the grandfather clock's chime echoes in the room, I glance outside. The day is almost over, but there's still some daylight left. Time better spent outside than in here. I ease my shoulders, promptly standing, and I leave. Nerve of him to gush about how interested he was in my business proposition, to boast about how perfectly handcrafted his gems were, only to stand me up. If another letter from him arrives, I'm tossing it in the fireplace. I'm going to save here. I trudged down an alleyway, not wanting to hit the crowds walking down the main street in the broad daylight. At this time of day, the sun feels its brightest and most headache-inducing. The back alleys, however, are always a pleasant source of shade in an area of town devoid of trees. The shade is perfect on a hot day like this. But they are also perfect for hiding people. Our main character is Lucy, I guess. Or Lucie? Lucy? A darkened figure tags along about a block's length from me. I skip to another alley. He follows. I press against the wall as I pass by a few workers in another alley. turning at an intersection while I'm obscured behind them. He still follows. Can I just say that I love the artwork so far? Love the artwork in this game so far. I'll have to do something more drastic. I double back to the first alley, making a long circle, well, square, to get there without running into him. The stairwell of the building just juts out just enough to hide myself with, so I lay in wait there for my pursuer. No one appears from around the corner. Maybe he gave up already. I lean forward to look down the alleyway, but something tugs on my hair ribbon. Hey! Nemo! What do you think you're doing? Giving chase? A friend? Looks more like you're running around and up to no good. You're no fun. What are you doing out so early? I went in to check on things and nobody was around. I skipped past him. Hey. Come on, I want dinner. He didn't show up, did he? He must have thought he was too good for my offer. He'll see he can't get that far without help. I grit my teeth. I can feel Nemo looking at me with pity. Alright, let's go home. I turn back to grab his arm, but instead I'm met with a hand pushing down my head. Eh? Hey! I'm sorry he was a no-show. You'll find a better fit soon. Just don't try to rush these things. It's not like I'm going to kick you out. You don't even own the place, you moocher. I'm not a moocher. What's his is mine. That's how marriage goes. Eh? Eh? For someone who avoided commitment like the boogeyman, he sure is bragging about it a lot now. Now come on, let's go home. He lends me an arm, leading us out of the alley. What do you mean, avoided commitment? Are we supposed to be married to this guy? The floorboards creak underneath our feet as we step down the hallway to our flat. Darkened wood lines every wall, making the space feel shades darker than it actually is. Most of the other residents should be home by now, winding down for the day. But more so than the sounds of our footsteps, the melody of a violin permeates through the hall. It's soft and cautious, each note more careful than the last. I can practically imagine someone reading from sheet music while playing the notes. There's something a bit relaxing about it. Not overwhelmingly loud, but rather something that's rested into the background. The piece echoes through the walls, making it hard to tell where it's coming from. As we near our own flat, though, the notes stop. I sigh to myself that we won't be able to hear it at dinner. Ambrose? Ambrose Bierce? I'm sorry to hear about that. I've heard so many good things about him. He's the jeweler who made my brooch and cravat after all. Maybe something urgent came up. I'm sure you'll hear from him in the next day or two. How dare he, sending all those buttery letters only to stand you up? You act like it was a marriage proposal. It's a serious crime, that's what it is. It's not that either. It's a nuisance. I stepped the pork chop on my plate. They are all suddenly more interested in eating their own meals. The food is rather good, thanks partially to the cooking classes Ambrose is taking, but it just doesn't sit well with me. Not tonight. I eat quickly, leaving little under half of it still on the plate before heading to my room, Waste food! Waste food! Food waster! Save again. Yes. Moonlight slinks through the blinds and across the floorboards. It bounces off of my mirror, just right to hit my eyes. I must have fallen asleep right after dinner. I don't usually take naps so late in the day. I push myself up on my bed, rubbing my eyes. It may be nighttime now, but I don't think I was asleep for very long. I can hear noises from the other room, so Nemo and Ambrose are still awake. Something on my nightstand glints out of the corner of my eye. It's my bottle of pills. Modern marvel of medicine to some and an expensive hoax to others. Emeralds refined to the size of a pill have been found to be a cure for vampirism, effectively negating a vampire's heightened abilities and their dependence on blood. Emeralds. At just the right size, they can be digested and dissolved into a person's body. Any larger, and they can be poisonous to vampires who are weak to precious gems. Taking pills regularly can turn any person, no matter how long they've been a vampire, back into a human. But only if they keep up the intake on a regular basis. While they're not a perfect cure and are rather expensive to acquire at a small scale, they are an effective one. I haven't had to drink blood in years. But I also haven't had the use of my heightened physical abilities in years. Look, I don't care what you do as an adult. If you want to be a vampire, then fine. But I want you to wait until you're old enough to make that decision before all of your friends start aging faster than you. I'm turning 18 this month. I'm old enough to make my own decisions. I don't need my brother to keep looking out for me. So Nemo is her brother, I guess. Oh, here is the first choice, I guess. So I think we're going to take the pill first. I screw off the top and drop a tiny emerald pill into my palm. Oh my god, it's animated. It's small enough to go inside a ring. Instead, I pop it into my mouth. I may have been a vampire for a brief time, but I'm fine staying human for a little while longer. I'm not ready to age slower than everyone else just yet. Take one last glance at the bottle as I stand. There are many people still skeptical about the treatment, but Mr. Douglas was fascinated by it. Precious gems have long been a dangerous poison for vampires despite their staying power and ornate jewelry. The thought of using them for medicinal purpose rather than for looks or for harm intrigued him. Or so I thought. Him standing me up today was the final nail in that coffin. That was him? I shouldn't spend the rest of the early night hours sleeping or else I'll mess up my sleep schedule. You've really messed it up. Nemo and Ambrose are in the parlor, as I figured. Nemo has hogged all of the candles and minimal lights, and looks deep in concentration on fixing the radio. Despite the low lighting he's left with, Ambrose is reading the newspaper. With his vampiric sight, he doesn't have to strain to read it. So Ambrose is a vampire, I guess. Still, I don't want to be that third wheel the rest of the night. I step out on the balcony. The third wheel? Are they dating or something? If you say it like that, what else am I supposed to think? I didn't see you out here. No, it's alright. The seal scrambles to his feet, eager to get up off the concrete floor. So, how are you doing? How do you think I'm doing? I can't believe that man standing you up like that. We ought to tarnish his name. He'll tarnish it himself in due time, acting like that. And besides, I'm not sure how you of all people would even go about doing something like that. His baby? His baby? I'll find someone else to work with on it. Maybe I'll reach out to doctors again to gain more public approval before reaching out to manufacturers. I'm sure you can, Lucy. And besides, you can always make Nemo chase after new leads. I think he'd chase him off more than help. He has enough work to do around campus, but he's insistent on going with me to every business meeting, party and more. Can't tell if he fancies himself my bodyguard or my chaperone. It's not even his family business. Are we adopted siblings or something? Oh, speaking of which, you'll be dealing with all of this soon enough. Eh? Do you think your family never has to renegotiate anything? That their mining privileges are set in stone? That their workers never ask for pay increases or more benefits? That their merchant deals are lifelong? Soon you'll be going, oh Lucy, how do you handle all of this? You're so brave to start so young. I already say that. He huffs, turning back to the night sky. For the past few years, he has had little contact with his parents. No more than greeting cards and letters he's forced to write to them just to show he's alive. Instead of living at their manor several hours away by train, he's lived here to attend school at the kindness of Ambrose. So we are at a student hostel, I guess. Most of our classes are together as we are both focusing on business so we can take on our family's companies. And yet, sometimes it feels like it's hard to get a proper answer out of him when I inquire about his plans for the future. I see. Chin up, you'll get to shadow a local business soon enough. You're lucky you don't have to do that. I've got plenty of real-world experience. You'll only let me count it towards classwork rather than letting me finish school early though. Lucy. His voice is small and short, cutting off his own words almost as quickly as they left him. What is it? Nothing. I reach over and pinch his ear. Ow! It's not nothing if it came to you, so spit it out. It was just a stupid thought, but I was wondering if this is what you really want to do. Again, his words drift off the longer he talks. It is. I've had to live off of others' generosity for too long. People who think they owe it to my parents to keep me safe. I want to forge my own path going forward. I want to prove I can be on my own. Then, what does that say about me? I'm sure you'll find a good business partner before long, Lucy. After a moment, it's clear he intends to leave the conversation at that. The Seals family is from newer money, having made their living from mining operations for precious gems. While his ancestors may have sweated it out in the mines, the current generations live by signing deals with property owners, negotiating labor work, refining the gems and more. The idea of an opportunity has not been lost on me. Every time I bring it up or even mention it, however, he lets the conversation drop. At least it's a nice night out here, isn't it? The moon is beautiful tonight. Far beyond the rooftops, stars dot the sky above us. They shine back at us vibrantly, almost twinkling. Good morning, starshine. The world says hello. You twinkle above us, we twinkle below. I don't want to be so dependent on others anymore. I just want to build something myself. Business owner. For all the prestige and respect they hold, the towering spires of Prido University do nothing to keep the sun from my eyes. The morning glare is so consistent and forceful that most students go out of their way to take the long way around to the east entrance to avoid it. You would think the sun could be more considerate and less intrusive, given the number of vampires working and learning on campus. So it's not an outcast thing. As for Cecile and myself, we often avoid the problem entirely by winding through the gardens and taking shortcuts that only make sense when you're setting out from the headmaster's apartment. The headmaster's apartment? How infuriating. I should be drafting contracts and celebrating now. A rough sigh escapes me, more a sign of exhaustion than anything I'm expecting out of the day ahead. My classes will provide a moment's distraction at the very least. I need to keep my focus sharp and find another prospect quickly. In the future, once Cecile takes over his family's business, we can form a partnership and build a more secure chain of supply. There's no chance of that while his father's in control, unfortunately. If I recall correctly, Elm's family owns a series of retail establishments. I've no idea what business they're in exactly, but if he has some connections. Ambrose is also meeting with the university board soon, if I'm not mistaken. There are several prominent businessmen among the board, including at least 2 wholesalers and a renowned doctor. Perhaps I couldn't convince Ambrose to arrange a meeting with at least one of them. Wait, Lucy. Oh, Glasses Boy. Right. The character profile that I was given had him in glasses, right? Wasn't it? Wasn't it? I think so. Anyways, so what are you doing back there? Well, to start, I saw that stray cat that's been wandering around campus lately, and then by the time I tried to get your attention, you've gotten this far ahead of me. You know that cat won't pay you any mind no matter how many slices of roast chicken you leave out for it. Aww. I wasn't trying to bribe it, I just wanted to show you, but you move so fast when you get lost in thought. If not much choice in the matter, thanks to recent events, I have it sorted out swiftly enough. Wait. Oh, okay. Let's save here. How many pages do we have? Many page, oh my god. Can you imagine how huge this visual novel could be? 100+ pages. Yo, what the fuck? Save. Oh no. Developers, if you're listening, I think it would be useful if we had a button that goes straight to the start of the page. Oh wait, I can type. Wait, I can type one. One. Wait. Oh. Screenshot? What the fuck did I press? Eh? I can delete the whole thing? No way. Okay, so that doesn't work. I thought it was a shortcut. Like, imagine memorizing. Oh, it's quick saves, automatic saves. I see. Quick saves, and then page 1, 2, and then 100 plus pages of these. I feel, right, like, since it's a rectangular shape, this one could be shorter, and then we could have like 2 rows instead of just 3. Could be like 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that, perhaps. And then I think I don't know, maybe we could have a quick skip button up here, skip to whatever page there is. Anyways. You definitely will. You'll have all the merchants in the city begging to partner with you before long. And someday I'll be saying the same to you. This doesn't come as easily for me as it does for you, Lucy. He's so cute. He smiles, but I know him too well to leave it at that. He's been so unsure of himself lately, but still is more than capable of keeping pace with me, even if he doubts it himself. He was up rather late last night, though. It's not often I see him so easily distracted either. I'll have to ask him about it later. Seal has been my best friend since we were children, and he always rushes to support me, even when it puts him in danger. Wait, hold on, I just realized something. Oh. Slightly unrelated, but also related to visual novels, but I've played Steam Prison. I really like it a lot. Favorite character hands down is Finn Euclase, green-haired guy. Very sweet childhood friend. Well, not really childhood friend, but he's like boy next door kind of guy. He was our main character's partner, the first partner that we had when we joined the police force in Steam Prison. My favorite character, for many reasons. Probably not the reason that you would think you're thinking about, but anyways, that's one. Another one, Danganronpa V3. My favorite characters are Rantaro and Kaede. Kaede is my girlfriend, my wife, my girlfriend. That's her. And Rantaro, my boyfriend. No, not really. My boy, just my boy, my guy. He also has green hair. Is there a pattern? Is there a pattern going on? He's also very older brother type. I hope this isn't a pattern. The university gardens are always immaculate. Students and professors alike meander through its hedges, rushing between classes or taking leisurely strolls. It's also haunted if you believe the rumors spun from mistaken sightings of marble statues in the dead hours of the night. 5 years prior, a series of vampire attacks terrified the campus and kept most from venturing out after dark. I suppose classroom rumors are a sign of Prido's recovery from that incident. Instead of a ghost, however, I see a tall, pale face beneath the lilac blossoms. Good. I need to catch him before class begins. Oh yeah, speaking of Steam Prison, I do want to play Steam Prison Beyond the Steam, but probably not beyond stream. I mean, I didn't play the original Steam Prison on stream in the first place. I'll just enjoy it on my own, but I have not bought it yet. Are you admiring the flowers, or have you been waiting for us here? He's so pretty. Oh, that's Elm. Oh, Lucy. I've shared a class with Elm for half a year now, and he's saved both Cecile and I countless headaches in that time. For all the expertise and wisdom kept in these hallowed halls, most of our professors are dead set on explaining things in the most obtuse and unreasonable ways imaginable. Elm has a keen talent for translating all of their theoretical jargon into a language anyone can grasp. His family has several holdings in retail business outlets, though now that I think more on it, I don't know much about what they do or where the money comes from. It's easy to forget details like that when we talk. He always listens intently and is consistently surprising even our professors with his insights. Not that you'll know from the detached air about him. No matter what the situation, can always set someone at ease. Most often, I think, by taking much of that unease onto himself. So he gets stressed out easily. Do you have a moment before the professor arrives? I'd like to speak with you about... I'm sorry. His voice is so brittle. It's usually hard to read any of his expressions, but right now, he's clearly preoccupied. Not today. What? I'm not in a sound state today. His boy is mentally unstable. Do you feel unwell? You look the part, no doubt. He shakes his head. Lucy, there's something I'll tell you later. Wait, just a minute now. Before I can ask him what's on his mind, he ducks into a classroom and makes his way to a desk. Lucy, what was Elm saying? He seems out of sorts. I'm not sure. It's almost as if he was in shock. You don't think he's caught a summer cold, do you? I almost hope it's as simple as a passing sickness, but I've never seen that heaviness in Elm's eyes before. Ah, the professor's on her way. Lucy, let's head inside. Yes. Elm trudges ahead and sits down in the back corner of the classroom, far from his usual seat near Cecile and I. Damn, may not get another chance to speak with Elm until after class. Asking about his family business can wait. I won't leave one of my friends languishing like that. Though I'll admit it's often hard to read his expressions. Maybe it would be a bad idea to press him on anything now if he's feeling unwell. My nose wrinkles, and I force myself to follow along with the professor's droning. Finding Elm after class proves more troublesome than anticipated. He excused himself partway through the lecture and never returned, and now I've not an inkling of where he might be. I doubt he's been avoiding me in particular, but it does seem as though he's avoiding everyone. In which case, why would I have come to class today at all? I sigh and pace through the campus gardens, borrowing shade from the hedgerows as I consider whether I should keep up the search or let Elm be and turn my focus elsewhere. Perhaps I ought to reach out to another jeweler, though if Douglas calls on me again... Well, he's had his chance. Oh, Lucy. Is there another villain in need of reprimand? He got an umbrella! Wait, where's the umbrella coming out from? Is it attached to his shoulder? Imagine that. Shoulder harness umbrella. It's nothing that drastic. I'll have it all sorted out before long, provided that my brother doesn't fuss over me every step of the way. He's showing his concern as best as he knows how. You've finished your classes for the day, haven't you? I happen to have a free moment, and I was planning to take a walk into town. I'll be delighted to have you join me. Ambrose offers me his elbow and space beneath his parasol, a gentle but nonetheless insistent invitation. He's far more considerate than his husband. Honestly, Nemo could at least ask before showing up to hurt me like a wandering goat. I see. I see. I take Ambrose's arm and fall into step alongside the headmaster. Headmaster! That's the headmaster. As he walks beneath the university's grand archway and toward the center of town. I see. I was considering that myself. I won't refuse the company, though. I can't stay for long. You won't have to worry on my account. I've only a few moments to spare before my next meeting as well. Wait, so is Nemo her brother, like her actual brother, or her brother-in-law? Anyways, it's been considerably mild of late, though I hear there's a storm coming in from off the coast. Perhaps I should ask Nemo to fix the window shutters instead of tending to the loose floorboards in the storage hall. Your last meeting went well, I take it. Was the entire board of trustees or just their representative? Why, Lucy, you're more perceptive than some of the faculty. Ambrose closes his eyes and smiles softly, which I've come to know is a sign of resignation. I know he would rather we wander aimlessly and take this time to distract ourselves from business, but I can't let even a narrow possibility slip away. Yes, the board met earlier than usual. That storm I mentioned will make the roads unfit for travel, and many of them have businesses outside of Laurenburg. I don't doubt that you're curious about the manner of business they each maintain, but I can already assure you that they won't be receptive to your ideas. At least, not yet. And how could you know that for certain? I may not have graduated yet, but if any of them have any good sense... It isn't a matter of good sense, Lucy. Ambrose sighs as we turn into the busy town square, the sun-battered awnings, and ivory-covered eaves keeping us in the cool shade. If I thought any of them might be viable business partners, or even simple investors, I would have introduced you already. In truth, most of them are keenly interested in the prospect of a cure for vampirism, and their interest hasn't waned over the years. And that's exactly why I'd like to speak with them. They're each from well-established and influential families with ties to industry across the region, are they not? Lucy, they are interested, but they're even more cautious of anyone proffering a miracle treatment. It's too soon. I promise you that I'll arrange a meeting with the head of the Tradesmen's Guild once you have more momentum, but rushing now would only make them skeptical of your ideas. Ha! Do you really think I couldn't convince them? I'm living proof after all. What room could they have for doubt when I'm testing the cure on myself? Ambrose pauses in the center of the street and the crowd parts around us, as if we're standing on a small boulder in the middle of a rushing stream. One of our trustees is also the head of a trade guild. Years ago, his only son took ill while accompanying him on a business trip. The child had a weak constitution already, and his father feared that this new wasting cough and fever might kill him. In his desperation, he listened to doctors, healers, apothecaries, and even a few spiritualists who claimed to have defined the prescription through automatic writing. Automatic writing? His son's condition worsened, always seeming to improve, only for his fever to soar even higher after each treatment. Desperation drives us to take great risks. Eventually, he agreed to let a surgeon perform an experimental procedure on his son, and the results were not good. His son survived, and eventually doctors discovered a tincture that could help treat his condition, but that surgery left him without the use of his right hand. To this day, the boy's father blames himself for his son's injury. Whether you are considering an unknown disease, an inconvenient blemish, or even something largely beneficial like vampirism, people like him are too cautious of any potential miracle cure to throw support behind anything unproven. I wouldn't. That's hardly the same. I have proof, and you and others can vouch for his authenticity. The truth wouldn't be enough if they don't have the heart to trust it. That gentle smile on his face is so infuriating. Like my brother, Ambrose is always forthcoming and carefully crafts his arguments. He's always respected my ambition and my talents, which is why I hate it when he's right about things like this. The old merchants and business owners are often swayed by proof alone, Lucy. They want to see the flow of people in markets before they act. It's not enough that medicine works, they also want to make sure people will trust it, doctors will prescribe it, and suppliers can procure it. I wonder if it would be worthwhile to stop taking my pills, just long enough to use my blood arts again. All I need to do is prove that I'm a vampire, and then... No, I need something more reliable than that. I can feel my grip tighten around Ambrose's arm, but he says nothing. Relaxing again, I take a step forward and he matches my pace. Someday, I'm certain it will be as simple for a vampire to become human as it is to alter the physical changes of adolescence. The trustees are all people of great influence, and I promise that in time they will believe you. There's no need to rush. You'll make progress faster if you pace yourself. Thank you for your advice and your concern. I'm more than comfortable at this pace, however. I'll have the groundswell if I need to speak with bigger investors soon enough. Ah, speaking of which, have you not heard anything from Douglas yet? He seems worried far more than I expected he would be over hearing about a misappointment. Unfortunately, I can't afford such sympathies right now. Not a word, but it hardly matters. I won't waste any more ink on unreliable cats like him. That's concerning. I could understand if he didn't contact you yesterday evening, but to ignore you into the afternoon. Perhaps he's taken ill. You aren't far from his offices if you'd like to stop in. Waste of time, I expect. Thank you, though. I'm grateful in spite of the circumstances. Ambrose could hardly bear any blame for our jeweller's negligence, though I'm sure he feels some responsibility since he's the one who vouched for Douglas as a trustworthy prospect. I'll consider it once I've taken care of other business. I'm sure it's a simple misunderstanding. The bell chimes above to mark the quarter hour. Ambrose waits patiently as the sound fades into the din of the town square, then gestures back towards the university. It seems I'm out of time, unfortunately. I've got another appointment soon, so I'll be heading back. Are you returning to campus as well? No, I think not. I'll see you tonight at dinner, Ambrose. Of course, it should be a crown of lamb, provided I'm not held up by the faculty. Goodbye for now. Ambrose turns and I let the shadow of his parasol slip away, leaving me in the sun. The afternoon crowds have filled the town square with labourers and tradesfolk winding through the bakeries and market stands on their lunch break. Carriage wheels and newly shod horses leave a dull staccato in the air as they pass one another in the street. Shop bells ring one after another. A large fountain babbles conversationally to the people gathered round it, and in the distance a small crowd applauds. I consider that the Douglas office is on the far end of the square, but the sound of a violin catches my ear. Is that what warranted the applause I heard? There's something both immediately familiar and uncanny. I've never heard this song before, and certainly never in this place, but the melody feels eerily nostalgic. I suppose a skilled performer can evoke all sorts of emotions in their audience. Let's see what sort of person this fiddler is. The quick triplets and rich vibrato echo through the plaza, but actually seeing past the gathered crowd is becoming a hassle. A group of taller men in particular stand right in the middle, and I've half a mind to drag them to the back of the audience. There are people behind you, you dolts. I reach forward to pry the wall apart when the fiddler strikes a sharp chord and leaps up onto the fountain's edge. Oh. A mask? They raise their violin up and their fingers dance across its neck. The audience claps to keep time. A bubbling warmth rises in my chest and I can't look away. They wear a mask, but they're clearly quite handsome. They wear a mask, a full face mask. Handsome. The hair is handsome, I guess. A slick back hair shines in the afternoon sun and their hands cradle their instrument with a fierce delicacy. And the sound, I don't know where they were trained, but they're bursting with energy as if they can't help but draw their bow across the strings. It's enchanting. I've attended a fair number of performances in my life, from full chamber orchestras to unaccompanied singers in a roadside tavern. It's been years since I've heard a performance so desperate and impassioned as this. It's almost as if they're gasping for breath and that violin is the only air they can breathe. Finally, the middle-aged man barring my path steps aside and I move a bit closer to the front for a better look at this masked fiddler. Our eyes meet for a moment behind their mask. Their bow hangs for a half-beat too long, and they hop back down to finish the song. Before I can find them again, a round of applause rings out and the people around me plead for an encore. Find what? The claps of an instrument case clicks shut. Are they leaving already? I need to get their name at the very least. A musician with that level of passion and talent could do better than busking in the square. I wouldn't mind hearing them play privately for me either. How rich are you, girl? Wait. There's no path forward. Eventually, the crowd breaks and people start dispersing in a dozen directions. By the time I reach the fountain's edge, the masked fiddler is gone. I sigh to catch my breath. It's likely for the best. I almost let myself get carried off track. Handsome musicians are a hazard in many ways. I wonder what the business prospects are like for the agents and representatives of popular performers. They're already taking on enough work as it is. Oh. I'm more capable than I was when I was child Nemo. More capable of running yourself ragged, maybe. I glower at him. And what have you come into town to fetch? Nemo lifts up a bundle of meat wrapped in butcher's paper. A crown, apparently. Come on, I'll walk you back unless you've still got business here. No. I sigh and let my shoulders sink. Let's go then. I'm getting hungry. You know this is for dinner, right? Don't worry, I'm not going to eat your husband's crown. Nemo holds his arm out and I take it as we move through the din of the afternoon traffic. In a short while, we'll be back at the apartment and I'll need to start drafting more inquiries and preparing samples. I'll consider what Ambrose said earlier. If I can secure a reliable supply of gems, then I can prove the treatment's effectiveness more easily. The evening will pass uneventfully, and by week's end I'll forget all about Douglas' audacity and insult. But that calm, unremarkable future doesn't come to pass. As we wind through the square and emerge from an alley, I catch a glimpse of the building where Douglas keeps his office. And save. Yes, I think we will end here for today. It's very short, just a 1 hour stream, but I hope y'all have enjoyed it so far. I'll definitely be continuing this one soon, but my next stream is most likely going to be Bokura Planet with Haven in about 4 or 5 days from now. Yeah. I wonder who is online right now. Kenty's online. It's been a bit. Let's say hi to Kenty, shall we? Kenty? But yeah, we're gonna go raid Kenty. They're playing Haste right now. It looks like a snowboarding game. Yeah, it looks like a snowboarding game. But yeah, I know I've been playing a lot of demos recently. But maybe I'll create a poll on what I should do next, like other than Bokura Planet. Should I keep playing these demos? Should I go back to my, what's it called, city builders? Or should I do some Final Fantasy 14? I mean, maybe I should do some Final Fantasy 14. Well, maybe I'll make a poll. I think I'll probably make a poll. But with that being said, my name has been Masa. This has been Crimson Waves on the Emerald Sea Amaranthine Moon demo. And I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.